Yeah.
If you were frowning or angry, we'd be like, hey, what's going on?
Alright, okay. Hi, I'm Denise. Going back to your family, what if your children, let's say in the coming years, would approach all three of you and say, Father, we want to be musicians?
Well, first of all, they have one father. It's like,
I am not responsible for his kids. He is not responsible for my kids.
You make it sound like the mafia. What would sell them?
I'm gonna give them an answer. I'm gonna give them.
What would we do?
Okay, wait, Father.
We would ask them all the other things that they could do. Can you do anything else besides music?
Wait, that's what Catch. Father, we want to be musicians, and we want to come as Hanson.
We would ask them.
I would first have them checked. I would first have their range checked.
I would say first, son, you're not nearly creative enough to be a musician. If you think that you can't come up with your own name for a band, that would be the first problem. You know, Hanson already exists, so maybe you should go back to the drawing board and try. You know, the thing about being a musician, about choosing sort of this kind of a lifestyle, is if you ask for permission, you're probably not somebody who should be doing it. So if my son or daughter, or let's say I had more than 2 kids, I only have 2 kids, but if I had 4 children and they came and said, we want to be a band, I'd say, no you don't, because you shouldn't ask for it. We didn't ask anyone. We didn't say, hey mom, we'd like to be a band.
If you give us a pass.
And I think that's really the key. You know, we jokingly say, you know, when people go, so, you know, what advice do you give to people who want to do music? And our joke is always, if you can do anything else, do it.
Because you can do anything else and be happy.
The thing about being a musician is it has to be something that's just stuck inside you, that you can't get away from, that you can't be happy doing another job. And part of the reason that's true is because it's too hard of a job. There are so many talented people.
You guys are making it look like it's easy.
Well, there are so many talented musicians in the world, and 99% of them never get
Can't pay the bills.
You know, the joke about musicians, the joke is that musicians invented unemployment because there's so many of them that can't even pay the bills. You know, and so that's why it's really important that if you're going to choose that, you know, if it was our kids, that you've got to have the drive on your own. You've got to know that you're good enough. You've got to know that you're going to make it.
If our kids are going to do music, we're going to find them in their rooms, having written and recorded 20 songs all by themselves, and us discover that, wow, what have you been? That's what you've been doing in your spare time? Okay. Well,
I can't imagine that some of our kids won't be at least musical or creative or artists in some form, just because there's so much art around and so many tools sitting around, pianos and guitars and things, just to express yourself. And so I
God help them.
God help
all right.
Thank you.
Yes, God help us all if there's another Hanson in the world.
Okay, from Philippine star Katrina.